I was coming out here to guys do the intro so that I could be like, welcome back to another episode of Hustle with JesseW, and this dinosaur is on my dock. I hate this damn thing because all it does is crap on it and go away. Boom, there he goes. Look at him. I'm gonna put him on the grill one of these days. Look at him go. You know what time it is, so check it out. Today is a very trying day for me. As far as day trading goes, I had one trade in the morning in SPY puts and ended up getting stopped out of that small red. But then the internet issue started hitting me. I tweeted about it, tagged AT&T on it. For some reason, the internet was just in and out during the morning. And it's progressively been happening day after day, a little bit worse and worse. So today was a day where it just, boom, just died on me. And I think it was like around 9:45 or 9:50, something like that. I don't remember. I'd have to go look. It just died out on me, and then my boy Jonal, the host, took over the site admin and took over the stream for the team. But yeah, today was one of those days, and it got me thinking. What is it that people do in these situations? I know what I do. I always have fail safes, right? To some degree, I always have some sort of fail safe for this because you just never know what's going to happen when you lose internet. You could be in a trade and all of a sudden, poof, internet's gone. And what we're going to do in this video is we're going to go over a few things that one should keep in mind when they are trading in the morning, because internet can just disappear out of nowhere. So, one of the main things you always have to make sure that you're doing properly is not oversizing. Don't oversize because you just never know what could happen, right? You don't want to oversize, first of all, because you're going beyond. If you're oversized, you're beyond your risk tolerance. That's number one, and that's like one and foremost, right? You don't want to be oversized because you want to follow rules, because you want to have discipline, because you want to have proper risk management. But beyond that, can you imagine if you're in a trade and all of a sudden you're in there oversized? Let's say you normally risk $150 on a trade. That's your normal risk tolerance. Let's say that's what it is. And all of a sudden now you're in a trade and you're actually risking $600 on this trade. And you're risking $600 on this trade because you're oversized. And all of a sudden you lose the internet. The internet just disappears on you. And then you're left there in the blind without knowing what to do. Well, one of the things that I like to do, right, apart from making sure your risk management is where it should be, is always having some sort of backup plan. Now, it could be a number of things. For a time period, I used to have a second internet option, so I could just connect to it and, we were good to go, bang, right? But more often than not, what I do now is instead of having two different internet providers, I have just my phone. I'll have my phone, and my phone has data. And what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and log into the data on it. Now, for the most part, when this has happened, because it has happened to me, and I log into the phone and just go through, the broker on the phone, birds all over the place, log into the phone, right, and just go to the broker. What I do is I just close out the position. I close out the position because if I lost my internet, that means I have no charting going on. And if I don't have any charting going on, I am driving blind. All right? Might as well have put blindfold on me. I don't know what's going on. I need my chart so that I can see what's happening. I need to analyze volume. I need to see if the pattern's still intact. I need all of that to be in place for my trading. It's like driving the boat. For me, I go night fishing a lot. And I think most of my fishing is usually done at night. It feels better. It's not as hot, man. It's freaking hot out here. But when you're out at night and in the darkness, there's no moon out. Let's say like my last night trip, we had no moon out there. If you don't have the right equipment, you're driving blind. You can't see forward. So things you try to do to decrease, any potential accidents is you decrease your speed, right? You decrease your speed and stuff like that, right? In other words, you're going to put fail safes. So in this case, you decrease your speed on the boat. You might put out a little bit of a spotlight every so often. Not too much. You don't want to mess up your night vision, like seriously, because if you're ever in a really, really dark situation and you get light shined on your face, it's like, it's like staring at the sun. So it messes with your vision. Now, for me, I have radar on this boat. And then that radar is what I put up at night. So I'm running, let's say I'm running back home, I'm running to another fishing spot, I'll just click a couple buttons, I'll get my radar up on the screen, and now I'm no longer blind. That is my backup, that is my fail safe. I can have my radar, and that radar actually saved me a few years back. Like we're talking about probably 7 years ago. So you want to make sure that you're not driving blind, right? So for me, for example, if the internet just craps out on me and it's gone, what I instantly do is I go over to my phone and I cut off the Wi-Fi on it. And after I cut off the Wi-Fi on it, I just log into my broker with the data on the phone. And then I go over to my portfolio and I just look for my trade. I click and then I exit the trade. I market myself out of that trade. Why? Why do I just mark it out? Why don't I just like kind of manage it? Well, I'm managing in the blind. I don't have my chart. I don't have my chart up. I don't have level 2. I don't have time and sales. I don't have any of the tools that I would like to have. Primarily the chart. I don't have the chart up, and by not having the chart up, I'm already at a huge disadvantage, okay? I'm already at a huge disadvantage because you guys know I trade chart patterns. And if I can't watch my pattern develop, if I can't watch my chart, my candlesticks, so I can see the price action, so I can see the volume on the volume bars, etc., then I am blind. I just exit the trade. I don't care if it's a small win, a big win, a small loss. Hopefully it's not a big loss, right? Hopefully by the time I logged in, I didn't get a flush or something. But if I log in via that as a backup, then it is what it is. It's my backup. It's meant to keep me safe. So I just go in, I put market, and I exit my position. I exit my position entirely. And that's it. I wait for the internet to come back. I do what I have to do. This morning, for example, I went through a series of events. I had the internet like crap on me 3 times. I came back on the mic on the 3rd time. I said, guys, I'm going to look to decrease size moving forward here because the internet's unreliable and I don't want to get caught in some sort of problem. And that was it. Then after it really went bad with the internet, I called up AT&T and we went over some steps to try to rectify the problem. Now, why do I do it this way? Well, simply because it's a comfort thing. Look, I want to be comfortable right now. I've been sitting here in front of my boat now for this whole video, basically, and haven't done any special takes or any special sceneries. So while I was shooting the video, guys, this is the view that I'm looking at. Also, remember to check out Trade Ideas, link in the description section and comment section below. You have a new coupon code that will be available for a short period of time. It's a 25% off code because I want to be comfortable, honestly, right? I'm kind of tired. And this morning took a lot out of me. I was on the phone with AT&T for a while. And it was just a number of things. If I would have been myself, I wouldn't have the daytraderchatroom.com. Wouldn't have been such a big deal. But I really wanted to make sure that I was there for the guys, at least in chat. And I had to get that internet fixed right away. I had to get that internet fixed right away. And it made me think there's a lot of traders out there who don't even put any thought into this. So you want to make sure you're not oversized. You want to make sure you have something like a cell phone, an iPad, something that's connected to data or a different internet provider as backup so that if your main internet goes down and you're in a position, you're able to enter into another internet somewhere, even on the telephone, on the cell phone, and exit that position or manage it if you're, a daredevil. But for me personally, I just exit the position. So make sure you're in the proper risk size, right? Make sure you have a backup internet. And you also want to make sure that you prudent. If you're noticing that you're having internet issues, then maybe not trade or maybe decrease size to protect yourself just in case, So those are my tips. They're very simple. It's just 3 tips. Make sure your risk parameters are always the same. Make sure you have a backup internet, and make sure that you are able to do something like decreasing size if you're noticing there's an internet issue going on or a computer issue. Another thing to always keep in mind is make sure that your computer updates aren't set up to automatic. There's nothing worse than being in a trade and having the computer download something and then restart on its own while you're in a trade. It's never happened to me, but I have seen it happen to some people, and that is never a good thing. So on my computers, what I do is I set those up manually so I can check up on them myself when they're due, or it can alert me when they're due, but it will not download without me confirming. All right, guys, I hope these tips help you out. I hope you're having a good day. It's a small red day here for me at the daytraderchatroom.com. Let me know how you did. Smash the like button for me if this helped out. Also, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you're alerted when I upload my next video. And check out the daytraderchatroom.com 5-day trial. Link in the description section below and comment section. And I'll catch you on the next one.